This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Alex Dilmaghani over Zoom. Alex, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm keeping well, mate. Keep well. Obviously, it's good to catch up. It's been a few months since we previously spoke. We was in the middle of lockdown back then, and as lockdowns eased, how have you found kind of life returning back to some form of normality?
Yeah, fine. Just been doing the same thing what I've been really doing in lockdown. Instead, I've been going to the gym more, but I still trained in lockdown and kept safe and just grinded away, improving my craft, and just that's what I did.
You're obviously getting ready now for Saturday night. You've just told me you've just got into kind of your fight bubble ahead of your bout with Ziani. Let's obviously just start off with kind of your preparations. How have you found camp?
Yeah, good, very good. I've had great sparring, great work. Welterweights, featherweights, and lightweights have all been sparring, and top quality ones as well. Not bums, not bums. Definitely not. Really, really good fighters like Louis Green and Ryan Walsh. So great work with them. And yeah, I've had a lot of rounds and been doing tremendous.
Was it easy or difficult to kind of get the sparring partners in, knowing that we're in the middle of this pandemic? You know, was any fighters kind of wary of getting back into a ring too soon, even for sparring, or?
Yeah, of course. I think you've got to be around like-minded people. I think that's the biggest thing you got to do. You got to kind of like source the right people, because of course there's some people taking it more seriously than others. And yeah, Ryan Walsh, he's got a big fight coming up. Louis Green had a big fight. All these people out of sparring, I was making sure they had fights coming up, and they couldn't afford to get ill as much as I could. So that we're all in the same boat.
Just obviously carry on there, Alex. Let's get into the bout a bit more and just talk to me. For how long have you actually been discussing and negotiating the bout with Ziani?
Do you know what? I don't know. I leave that all with Mick Hennessy. He does everything for me. He sorts it all out. He's done and doing a tremendous job, and all I do is concentrate on training and fighting. So it's a blessing to have a great team around me, and everyone's doing their own part.
What do you know about him then? What are you preparing for in him come Saturday night?
A guy who's got a lot of will, a lot of hunger, like myself. Very tough, again, like myself. Brings a lot of pressure, but he's technically not on my level, and I'm going to show that.
With that EBU European title on the line as well, is that the kind of a perfect opportunity for you to really establish yourself back in there? Not necessarily right at world level, but win that, and then he is looking at world level once again.
Well, it is. It's like a world title eliminator. I believe Samir is in line to fight the winner of Jamal Herring-Frampton. So when I beat Ziani, I'm wanting to, have that same position and fight the winner of Herring-Frampton if they do fight. Who knows about this COVID situation? They may not clear up this year, and Frampton may have to fight a domestic guy again, and then we could have a big fight in December. I'm definitely, I train very, very hard. I do respect Ziani. I respect his team, but I'm looking past him. I'm looking through him.
Boxing's return, we've seen the shows behind closed doors. What do you make of it, and how do you feel you'll adjust or adapt to boxing without a crowd in attendance?
Well, I don't know how I'm going to adjust, because obviously I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure I'm going to adjust fine. It's a fight at the end of the day, whether it be street, sparring, whatever, it's a fight. Whether crowds never get to me. I've fought in empty arenas. I've fought in foreign land. I've fought in every type of environment. A ring is a ring. So yeah, the crowd doesn't ever, I never lock onto the crowd anyway. I've been the away fighter, I've been the home fighter, I've been no one cheering me, so silent crowd. So yeah, none of it really makes a difference to me. So as far as the other fights are concerned, I've seen a few of them. Sam Egerton and Cheeseman one was really, really good. I think that's the best fight entertainment wise I've seen since the lockdown. So yeah, there've been some good fights.
We obviously saw another fight behind closed doors. I think it was last week now. White Povetkin, a stunning, not upset, but a stunning knockout from Alexander in that fifth round. What did you make of that?
Well, you know what? Like, I respect Dilmaghani tremendously, because he's a proper fighter. He's a fighting man, as as I am. He fight proper people. He would have waited for his world title opportunity, which has evaded him. But he didn't. He took a dangerous opponent. People say about Povetkin being old and things like that, but it's heavyweight boxing. It takes one punch. He was doing well. He just got clocked. So yeah, at the end of the day, he fought a good fight, and this is what happens. This is boxing. At the end of the day, you got to take risks and gambles sometimes, and he took a risk, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off for him. But there's going to be a good rematch, and it was a good fight, and it's boxing. Only takes one punch. That's why you always got to be locked on.
When you're seeing a fight like that, or you mentioned Eggington Cheeseman, and there's been other fights which have kind of been 50-50 or very close and what have you, is that maybe making you switch on a bit more just in case, with regards to, you may face somebody come Saturday night who will be up for it a lot more, who could maybe thrive without having a crowd in attendance? Is that kind of making you switch on a bit more?
Listen, man, I'm gonna switch on regardless. He's gonna come. I'm fully expecting him to come. For sure, he's the champion. He's a world-class fighter. And it's gonna be a great fight. But as far as switching on, I'm always switched on. Whether it be sparring, whether it be whatever. I've got to be switched on because I spar middleweight sometimes in the gym. I spar welterweights, big, heavy guys, and I'll spar pretty much what I weigh in at. So I'm giving a lot of weight away. And so I've always got to be switched on with that, and this is what I'm saying. I always am. I'm as tough as nails and I'm switched on. So this Saturday night is going to be no different.
Obviously, you mentioned the Herring-Frampton fight earlier on. Provided Jamal comes through a Quendo this coming weekend as well, then that fight could be there for yourself. But with Herring-Frampton, what do you make of that if we do see that, whether it be the end of this year or maybe next year?
Well, truth be told, I haven't seen too much of Herring fight. I've obviously seen a lot more of Frampton, but I don't think Frampton belongs in that weight division. He's too small. He's got miles on the clock. Jamal Herring's much bigger. But you know what? A lot of people are writing off Oquendo big time. Oquendo is not a bum. Frampton fought a guy on, I don't know, 3 days notice, but before he was scheduled to fight a guy, Armenian guy who didn't get his visa in time or something, and he was a soft touch, that guy. Herring, credit to him, he's not fighting a soft touch. Oquendo is no joke. He's tough. He sparred he fought Johnny Gonzalez. I saw that fight, and he did well. He's a tough guy. So if Herring does get through Oquendo, which I am expecting to do, it's going to be interesting to see Frampton. But he's much bigger than Frampton, so who knows? I've got to see more of Herring to make a prediction. Of course, they'll hope Frampton beats Herring.
Alex, we'll leave that there now, and I will leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. But before I let you shoot off, what would you like to say to everybody ahead of Saturday night?
Tune in, because it's going to be a hell of a fight, a real fight. Two world-class fighters fighting against each other, bringing it. And live TV, free to air. Tune in and watch me dominate.
Alex, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. Stay safe, and I'll obviously speak to you soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
No problem, man. Take care.